Magandang hapon po mga kababayan. Kayo'y nakikinig dito lamang sa Radyo Migrante. O di ba? Heto na naman tayo. Ako po si Waynes, kasama niyo sa kwentuhan at kulitan, pati na rin sa pagserbisyo sa bayan. Bumabati po mula sa Toronto to all the mothers and guardians and caretakers in the world. Happy Mother's Day po.
Magandang hapon sa inyong lahat, lalo na sa ating mga nanay. Ayan, mabuhay po kayong lahat at Happy Mother's Day. Ako naman si Amihan, palaging suma sa inyo.
Isang malaking bahaghari sa aming mga listeners at isang malaking Happy Mother's Day para sa lahat ng ina sa buong mundo. Ako po si Jazz, nakikinig na makichika sa inyo.
Samahan niyo po kami sa ating episode 10. Ngayong May 14, 2023, ipagpapatuloy natin ang mga usaping nakasentro sa importansya ng malayang pamamahayag at kung paano nito naaapektuhan ang mamamayang Pilipino. Follow nyo na rin kami sa Instagram at Facebook. Hanapin lang ang Radyo Migrante Toronto at kung gusto nyong pakinggan ang mga dating episodes, bisitahin lang ang aming YouTube.
Ayan, so para sa ating part 1, sabay-sabay nating pag-usapan ng maiinit na balita ngayong linggo at pag-usapan din natin ang Filipino Word of the Week. Hulaan nyo kung ano yung Filipino word natin ngayong episode, ha? So meron din tayong performance break kung saan binibigyan natin ng pagpupugay ang ating mga Filipino artists. At huli, meron din tayong PULSO kung saan aalamin natin ang mga saloobin ng ating mga kababayan.
Para naman sa part 2, ating pakikinggan sa featured interview or Pinoy TaU, ang part 2 rin ng interview natin with Mila Garcia. And for community listings sa huli, atin rin importanteng malaman kung ano ang nangyayari sa ating komunidad.
Maraming salamat, Jazz at Amihan. At ngayon naman, para sa ating top 3 news this week. Para sa unang balita, from Inquirer, Marcos Jr. approves Maharlika Fund, 10 other bills as Legislative Executive Development Advisory Council or LEDAC priority measures. Noong May 7, si President Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos Jr. inaprubahan na ang 11 bills para umano, quote, address key issues on public health, job creation, economic growth, end quote, and enhance the physical and digital infrastructure ng Pilipinas daw. Some of the bills included Maharlika Investment Fund, the Bureau of Immigration Modernization, at amendment to the Anti-Agricultural Smuggling Act.
Alam mo, skeptical talaga ako dyan sa Maharlika Fund Kasi, di ba, una pa lang, yung investment talaga niyan, hahanap tayo ng funding, di ba? At alam naman natin na yung investment, uncertain talaga yan eh. Pangalawa, yung we also have to look at ano nga ba yung pagkukuhanan ng mga pera na balak i-invest, di ba? So, ayan yung mga kukuha ng kapital sa government financial institution, kagaya ng GSIS, SSS, yung mga ganyan. So, basically, ayan yung pera ng mga Pilipino na ilalagay sa wala namang kasiguraduhan. Pero bukod pa rito, no, isa sa mga pinakamahalaga na dapat nating konsidera, marami na tayong utang ang ating bansa at talamak nga itong corruption. So paano natin masisigurado na doon talaga yung pupunta, yung pera o yung kaba ng bayan na pupunta talaga sa investment in the first place?
Oo, at alalahanin din natin ng Philippine government, mayroon na siyang history of mishandling large funds tulad na lang ng Coco Levy Fund sa panahon ni Marcos Sr., pork barrel scandal sa panahon ni Ninoy, at ang PhilHealth scandal noong panahon ni Duterte, hindi ba?
O ito namang Bill number 1185 of Bureau of Immigration Modernization na sabi nga nila para daw i-improve ang immigration services sa bansa by upgrading the BI systems, tsaka yung mga pasilidad, at tsaka yung para sa mga personnel dahil ito daw yung manoy panglunas sa lumaganan ng corruption at efficiency. Ang tanong ba naman natin dito ay para kanino ba iyon at sino ba ang magbe-benefit dito? Ano ba?
Tama. At para naman sa ating pangalawang balita, from Manila Bulletin, Vice President and Education Secretary Sara Duterte was designated as Vice Co-Chairperson of the National Task Force to End Local Communist Armed Conflict or NTF-LCAC as the task force eyes to strengthen its counterinsurgency campaigns in schools. Anong masasabi niyo dyan?
Ayun na nga, 'di ba parang hindi niya pa nakagampanan or nabibigyan ng mabisang solusyon yung nararanasan ngayon sa bansa na education crisis, 'di ba? Buhat nga nung pandemic may mga nahirapan yung ating mga estudyante, mga guro na mag-adjust. So, mas kailangan talaga tayo kahit kailangan ng tulong ng ating mga estudyante at guro. Kaya ang tanong ko ngayon, bakit ito yung inuuna ng ating Vice President na nga at Education Secretary? Bakit kailangan pa niya ng additional pang gagawin? Ano?
Good question, Amihan. And ang tanong ko dyan, sa talamak na red tagging ng iba't ibang union leaders, community organizers, mga lawyers, mga doctors, anong ibig sabihin nito kung ang NTFL ay mag-focus sa ating mga eskwelahan? Ito bang mga ating student leaders at student activists ay magiging mas mataas ang mga biktima ng pagre-red tagging dyan? Di ba? Kailangan natin tanongin yan. Para naman sa pangatlong balita, from Global News Canada, Ontario passes health reform bill that expands private delivery of care. Ipinasa sa Ontario ang panukalang batas sa reformang pangkalusugan na magpapahintulot sa mas maraming pribadong klinika na mag-aalok ng ilang publicly funded surgeries and procedures. Ang mga hakbang ay bahagi ng plano ng gobyerno na bawasan ang mga oras ng paghihintay at bawasan ng napakalaking backlog ng mga operasyon na ngayon ay nasa mahigit sa 200,000 procedures. Ang Bill 16 na pinamagatang Your Health Act ay umani ng batikos mula sa mga partidong oposisyon at mga healthcare workers. Sinabi nga ng Ontario Nurses Association na dapat mag-invest ang province sa mga ospital para masagawa ng mas maraming operasyon sa halip na mag-set upan ng bagong sistema. Ang Bill 60 ay magpapalala lamang sa staffing issues na hinaharap na ng mga public hospitals.
Oo, very anti-people talaga yung estratehiya na yan, 'di ba? Paano na lang yung mga mamamayan natin na hindi kaya, hindi afford yung private healthcare?
At para sa ating pang-apat at huling balita mula sa WeMoveToronto.ca, ATU Local 113 has won the fight to protect members' rights to strike. Ipinahayag ng Executive Board ng Amalgamated Transit Union Local 113 na napanalunan ang laban upang protektahan ang karapatan ng members na magwelga o ang right to strike. Patunay na ang laban ng mga manggagawa ay makatwiran at parte ng ating karapatang pantao. Patuloy po kayong nakikinig sa Radyo Migrante dito sa Toronto's Best Filipino Community Program, Vibe 105. Natunghayan po ninyo ang mga balita at ngayon naman, magbalik tanaw tayo sa kasaysayan at kultura ng Pilipinas. Pakinggan po natin.
Hello everyone, my name is Amihan and welcome to the Filipino Word of the Week, where we will share a new Filipino word each week from different languages in the Philippines. Did you know in the Philippines there are approximately 130 Philippine languages as validated by the Komisyon sa Wikang Filipino? The main languages include Tagalog, Cebuano, Ilocano, Hiligaynon, Waray, Bicolano, and many more. For this week, we bring to you the Tagalog word Nanay. In Waray, the literary term for mother is Iroy, and in Kapampangan, it's Ima. They all mean mother. Let's use it in a sentence.
Sige, ako. Where is your nanay or where is your mother? Kasi it's Mother's Day. So, happy Mother's Day again to all of the mothers in the world. Amihan, Waynes, where is your nanay? And do you have a message to them?
Oo. From a popular song called An Iroy Nga Tuna by Iluminado Lucente, the lyrics says, how sweet it is to live in our Iroy Nga Tuna, or how sweet it is to live in our motherland. It reminds me of how much I miss my Iroy Nga Tuna, the Philippines. We all know that the Philippines is rich not only in our culture, but also in our natural resources and mountain ranges. So ikaw, how about you, Jazz? What do you miss about our Iroy Nga Tuna or motherland?
We just...
Aba, makapagsalta kayo, hindi nyo naman sinagot yung sabi ko. Sabi ko, Amihan, Waynes, where is your nanay?
Oh.
And then you guys ignored me. So I was like,
Okay,
guess we're
technically,
just
it
gonna
was
be ignoring
si
each other.
Amihan who ignored you kasi si Amihan yung nagsimula. So, Amihan,
Okay.
where is your nanay, Amihan?
My nanay is in my heart. Ay!
Where's your nanay, Waynes?
Nasaan nga ba siya? Maybe my nanay is working. Do I have a message to her? For Mother's Day, my message to my nanay is thank you so much for encouraging me and always supporting me in all the things that I want to do. For teaching me how to be a true servant of the people. O, diba? Sige. So, my sentence naman, using ima or the Kapampangan for your mother. I actually messaged my lola for this. I asked her what is mother in Kapampangan. So, why is ima crying is my sentence. Ima is crying because her sons are missing. And I use this sentence because I want to tell you about this Facebook post that I read yesterday. It's a post by Ditz de Jesus, the mother or ima of Jean Ros Hamil de Jesus, also known as Bazu de Jesus. He is an indigenous people's rights advocate who has been missing for 2 weeks now. And if you've heard of the campaign to surface Taytay 2, that's them. It's Bazu de Jesus and his companion Dexter Capuyan who have been reported missing and are feared to be under the custody of Philippine authorities. They are actually the 7th and 8th victim of enforced disappearances under Marcos Jr.'s administration, and only one of the many servants of the people who have been attacked by the state. So why is Ima crying? She is crying because her sons are missing, and Ima is demanding for her sons to be surfaced, for her sons to be free. So surface Bazu de Jesus and surface Dexter Capuyan.
Salamat sa pakikinig and join us again next week to learn another Filipino word.
Talagang mag-tune in ang mga kababayan natin sa segment na ito dahil it's a really good way to expand our vocabulary. So maraming salamat, Amihan, at para sa susunod na segment, lumubog tayo sa ating kulturang Pilipino.
Ngayon naman para sa kulturang Pilipino, ako si Jazz. Nais nyo bang makadiskubre ng mga makabuluhang kanta at tula mula sa iba't ibang musikero at makata? Ang segment na ito ay magsisilbing espasyo para sa iba't ibang pagtatanghal ng mga talento ng ating kababayang Pilipino. Ugoy ng Duyan was composed by Lucio San Pedro and was lyricized by Levi Celerio in 1948. Lucio San Pedro and Levi were both Filipino composers who are known as a national artist of the Philippines in 1991. Lucio was known for advocating for creative nationalism sa pag-compose ng kanyang musika. He was known for other works like Lahing Kayumanggi, a dedication to the struggle for liberation from Spanish colonialism. Marami na ang nag-rendition ng kanta na ito, pero sa itong linggo, we will feature ang rendition ni Aiza Sigera. Ito na po ang Ugoy ng Duyan, which is dedicated para sa lahat ng mga ina sa buong mundo. Maraming salamat sa inyong pagmamahal, sakripisyo, at paggabay sa inyong mga mahal sa buhay.
Sa piling ni Nanay, nais kong maulit ang awit ni Inang mahal, awit ng pag-ibig habang ako'y nasa duyan. Sana'y di magmaliw ang dating kong araw ng munti pang bata sa piling ni Nanay. Nais kong makulit ang awit ni Inang mahal, awit ng pag-ibig habang ako'y nasa duyan. Sa aking pagtulog na labis ang himbing, ang bantay ko'y dala, ang tanod ko'y bituin. Sa piling ni Nanay, langit ang buhay.
Salamat sa pag-share ng kanta, Jazz. Marami na ako narinig na version ng kantang yan at palagi na lang every time, ang sarap-sarap pakinggan. Ang dating talaga is very calming. I feel like yung kantang ito, ini-illustrate talaga niya o pinapakita niya yung mga nararamdaman natin kapag kasama natin yung mga nanay natin, di ba? Usually talaga, I personally feel safe pag kasama kay nanay ko.
Oo, ako naman, medyo nakakaiyak siya ha. Kasi it really reminded me of nung mga panahong nasa Pilipinas pa ako at ang aking nanay or ima ay nasa Canada, working as a live-in caregiver. At malayo siya for a long time. So minsan kapag meron akong mga pinagdadaanan tulad ng may mga kaaway ako or may mga nangaaway sa akin and I feel alone, so namimiss ko talaga siya noon, especially pag Pasko, ganyan, pag birthday ko. So para sa mga nanay na nasa abroad ngayon at nawalay sa kanilang mga anak, sana po ay makasama nyo silang muli or sana makausap nyo sila ngayong Mother's Day. Ayun po ang wish ko for everyone. O ikaw ba, Amihan? Meron ka na ba message sa mom mo ngayong narinig mo itong very touching song? Baka may naisip ka ng message.
Ayan. Siyempre, ang message ko sa nanay ko, mahal na mahal kita, ma. My mom and I have, iniwan niya rin kami nung when I was 11. So, like you, yung naramdaman mo na pagka gusto mo nang may makukwentuhan, wala tayo noon. Pero ngayon, I get to have that and I have that privilege. So, eto na, babalik lang tayo na hopefully, in the future, lahat tayo lumaban talaga na magkaroon ng trabaho sa Pilipinas at hindi na kailangan lumabas at magkaroon ng malayong, long distance relationship with your family. Kasi mahirap talaga yun.
Maraming salamat, Waynes at Amihan. Muli, ako si Jazz. Lagi niyong maaasahan na maghahandog ng makabuluhang musika, tula at marami pang iba na nagdidiwang ng kulturang Pilipino dito lang sa Radyo Migrante, 105.5 FM. Sa ating Pulso ng Migrante, pakinggan po natin ang mga Mother's Day greetings from our listeners.
Hi, my name is Angela Ascension. I'm a technical consultant for Bantay Kita, the Philippines National Coalition on Community Empowerment and Mining Accountability. And today I'd like to honor my mom. It's actually both of our birthdays tomorrow. And my mom is my hero and my inspiration for all the work I do and my biggest support, and I truly wouldn't be here without her, and she's been such a pivotal person in my life in terms of being able to harness motivation and the selflessness of servitude. I think that's something that's been so beautiful that she's taught me, and I'm just so thankful for her. Mama, I love you so much. Happy early 60th birthday. We'll be celebrating a day early for you in the Philippines, and I love you more than you'll ever know.
Hi Mama, happy Mother's Day. I miss you. I hope you know that I'm surviving here in this country for you and the family. And I hope to see you again soon. I love you so, so, so much. I love you. God bless.
Hello, this is Jules, a listener and a member of the Radyo Migrante Collective. I don't have family here. They're all in the Philippines. And that includes my mom. This is my message for her. I still remember how you like your breakfast. Nescafe's Gold instant coffee with mainit na mantikilya in your pandesal. You'd feign annoyance each morning you'd see me come out of my room, because this usually means I'd annoy you with girl stuff and you'd pretend not to like this under the excuse of, "Ako, bilisan mo magkwento, magluluto pa ako." I miss that, and I long to have that again with you. Happy Mother's Day, Ma.
Hi, my name is Dylan. I'm currently a student at York University. Today, I want to celebrate my mama. So, Ma, thank you for your love, the kind that makes us breakfast in the morning or packs our baon even if we didn't ask, the kind that moves mountains, that is to say, thousands of miles away, that we may grasp milk and honey. The kind that calls in the middle of the day to remind you not to go home too late, that you don't need to eat out, that home is here and that she is here. So as we learn and heal and eat together, I hope you know too, Ma, that I love you. I hope to make you proud. And yes, I will wash the dishes tonight.
Ready? 1, 2, 3, go! Happy Mother's Day! We love you, mamas! Yes!
At iyan po ang ating pulso ng migrante sa linggong ito. Maraming salamat sa mga nagbahagi ng kanilang Mother's Day greetings.
Patuloy po kayong nakikinig sa Radyo Migrante dito sa Toronto's Best Filipino Community Program, Vibe 105. Huwag kayong aalis mga kababayan. Makakasama natin si Mila Astorga-Garcia, co-founder ng Philippine Reporter. Pagpapatuloy natin ang kwentuhan tungkol sa WordPress Freedom Day at ang kanyang experiences as a journalist here sa Canada at ang pagsisimula ng Philippine Reporter newspaper. Mapapakinggan po natin yan after the break. Ayan, ako pang inyong host, ako po si Waynes para sa ating Pinoy TaU or Pinoy Talakayan at Usapan segment. Dito natin mapapakinggan ang talambuhay ng ating mga kababayan na migrant workers, international students at iba pa. Halina't pakinggan natin ang fresh na perspectives ng ating mga kababayang Pilipino. Para sa ating feature interview today, makakasama natin muli si Mila Astorga-Garcia, ang Managing Editor for the Philippine Reporter. Mila and her husband, Herm Garcia, founded the Philippine Reporter, a Filipino newspaper distributed in Toronto noong 34 years ago. Mila Garcia is also a martial law survivor who was a journalist during the time of Marcos dictatorship. Other than being an editor for the Philippine Reporter, she is also a researcher, author, mom, and a book editor. Tara, pakinggan natin muli ang part 2 ng interview ni Hannah with the managing editor of Philippine Reporter and co-founder ng Philippine Reporter na si Mila Garcia.
When did you start the Philippine Reporter po? 1989. So, 35th year na abot na namin. We're now on our 35th year. Continuous yan, twice a month. It covers... Yeah. Yeah, congratulations on the 35 years of Philippine Reporter, Tita. Pwede niyo po ba kaming kwentuhan about the mga problems or difficulties that you encountered when you started the newspaper po?
Okay. Kasi konti ang resources ng mga ethnic publishers, no? Tulad kami. At first, Hermie and I were working elsewhere for survival jobs, no? But especially Hermie, he was persistent in being able to work in the profession that we have always been in. Ako naman, I ended up as a researcher in the city of Toronto. It was good for us, for the family, kasi regular job, makakatulong sa pamilya, especially for new immigrants na struggling pa. Si Hermie, kung saan-saan siya napuntang jobs muna, he also ended up in the city of Toronto, but he was still yearning to be a journalist. Pero wala namang tumanggap sa amin na mainstream papers. Gusto nila yung mga nag-aral dito, at saka yung may experience dito, hindi nila kinoconsider yung foreign training and education. So what did Hermie do? Even while he was working in a job, he started drawing up plans to come up with a community paper. And that was the start of the Philippine Reporter. Nag-umpisa kaming magtrabaho ng paper after our day job sa gabi, sa basement ng bahay ng kaibigan, later on dun sa kusina namin. Mahirap kasi halos walang tulugan na, tapos pagdating ng umaga, papasok na naman sa day job. So for the first 5 years, palugi yun. And our resources, limited resources, ay nag-thin out. But we persisted. Hindi kami tumigil hanggang sa, with the support of the community, support meaning binabasa nila, tapos advertisers in the community would come to us and advertise in our paper. It meant, kasi ang community paper naman, it's free.
So it gets income from advertising revenue na ginagamit sa pag-produce ng paper. Nung umpisa, ganun lang, break even. It was only a little later that we were able to get some funds to at least provide some of our writers or artists. But then lumaki din siya, ang reporter. It grew with the recognition from the community and even institutions that it's very helpful, not only as a vehicle of news, but also of columns, views, at saka research material that could be the reference in research, right? And that was how we ended up on the 25th anniversary of the Philippine Reporter. The Thomas Fisher Rare Book Library of Canada, which is housed in the University of Toronto Libraries sa Robarts, approached us. Kasi daw dahil ginagamit ng mga professors, may professor nag-recommend na ilagay at i-archive kung po pwede yung reporter dahil ginagamit ng estudyante at saka faculty sa U of T, right? Tulong na lang namin yan, bali. Parang nakakalaki ng taba ng puso ba? Kasi kahit na anong hirap, kahit na medyo palugi, lalo na nung COVID, at kahit hindi nalulugi, mayroong konting natitira para mag-sustain. Kasi ang mahalaga sa amin ni Hermina, ma-maintain talaga ang professionalism, ma-maintain ang ethics ng journalism, at ma-maintain yung high-quality journalism kahit na mahirap mag-sustain ng paper. Yun ang naging habol namin more than anything. And when during COVID, even or after COVID, may nag-request na mga probinsya na cities, may mga 7 cities or 8 cities na kaming nakaka-deliver kami by mail ng at least 50 copies.
Wow. So parang almost all provinces po pala may Philippine Reporter na po.
Yung major cities. At least may ilang copies every issue. Na ito naman with the support of the National Ethnic Press, kasi nire-reimburse nila yung mailing namin, nakakapag-mail kami sa post office, no? So the Ethnic Press also helps in a way as part of the local journalists initiative, which is a funding program administered by the National Ethnic Press and Media Council of Canada, with funds provided by the federal government. So, bago lang yun na nung nag-COVID, para pantulong lang na makasurvive ang ethnic media. Maliit lang kung tutusin. Pero nakakatulong din. Nakakatulong din kahit paano. Yeah. So yan ang storya. I don't know how we will be able to sustain this, how long, but it's still there, right? 35 years. And although retired na ako from the city, tuloy-tuloy pa rin ang work. Kasi si Hermie naman never ceased work with the newspaper.
And it's very inspiring po to hear your story, to hear about the story of how the Philippine Reporter was created, especially knowing po na you experienced similar experiences that many, if not all, migrants experience po. That is deprofessionalization, devaluation at workplace, having to juggle 2-3 jobs to sustain the expenses. And you're still able to continue po the Philippine Reporter. So
thank you.
Congratulations po.
Thank you. At saka actually with the help of people like you, for people like-minded people, like people with the same, kasi nga, yung people are drawn to each other and help each other in some way, even if we do not know each other. Basta iisa yung isa ang
Mhm.
diwa. Yung if we are all for social justice and human rights, it's easy to see what to support, who to support, right? Kaya
Tama
siguro
po.
yung with the support of the community na naka-appreciate what we're doing, we owe a lot to the community support, to the very fact. Kasi kung ayaw nila nung dyaryo, matagal na yan nawala. Hindi naman mag-exist yan kung ayaw nila yung dyaryo. Although of course, not everybody would go for our kind of journalism, which is right, no? Kasi mayroong nagsasabi, "Uy, ilagay natin yung good and beautiful lang." Ay, sabi naman namin, well, we respect what other publishers would want and continue, but then we will maintain ours, which means it's real journalism, telling the truth. It can never be just good and beautiful. So, iba-ibang dyaryo, I think it used to be mayroong 1 dosena nung wala pang COVID, tapos naging 6 na lang yata.
And it's so inspiring po lalo to think that yun na po yung mga ang daming struggles, ang daming challenges, pero you're still pushing po, and even after all your experiences in the Philippines and here in Canada. So salamat po sa it's very motivating po. I also read Philippine Reporter. I use it for my school in research.
Mabuti.
So, maraming salamat po talaga.
Marami ding salamat sa inyo. I really appreciate Radyo Migrante has done a lot of work. Believe ako, saludo ako, may awards na for whatever it is they have done. And I'm happy you're there again and you continue. Sige lang.
Yeah,
Sige.
and may follow-up question lang po ako about Philippine Reporter po.
Mhm.
You also mentioned how you experienced red tagging in the Philippines. Has it happened po sa Philippine Reporter? Has Philippine Reporter been red tagged po?
Mayroong patagong nagre-red tag sa amin, nangiintriga, nakakarating na lang sa amin through friends. Mayroon noon outright na nagre-red tag sa amin na talagang ginagamit lahat ng social media para i-red tag kami. Kasi grabe, minamalign yung reporter, dinidefame, tsaka may mga untruths, mga lies dun sa red tagging. At similar sa ginagawa sa by virtue of our being political detainees and our fight for justice na is organically, very organic, mayroong roots yan sa Pilipinas pa, nire-red tag kami dahil sa pagiging aktivista. Pero dinadagdagan pa nila para sabihin na i-link sa mga alam nilang mapapasama kami kung ililink doon, dahil sa tingin nila dapat pangsira din sa dyaryo. In the journalism field and even in the community and even in the Philippines, dapat gawin ng krimen ang red tagging. So, mayroong gains, mayroong losses in terms of not necessarily just financial, right? It is struggle to still remain as true to its first editorial policy, which remains the same up to now. Kasi very strong ang statement namin doon for truth, human rights, professionalism, ethics, and social justice. It's still the same, hindi nagbabago, red tagging or none. And we really are happy with Radyo Migrante.
Salamat po, Tita. So, Tita Mila, what is your motivation in continuing to report about the Philippines here in Canada? Based po sa inyong kwento kanina about your experiencing of red tagging, even trumped up charges, torture and abuse. Bakit po kayo nagpapatuloy sa pagre-report about the Philippines and the Filipino community here in Canada?
dalawang dahilan, ano, yung first, nung nag-umpisa pa lang at tinatansya ni Hermie, ano bang klaseng dyaryo ang papalabas namin. Medyo nag-imbestiga din kami kung anong interest ng mga Filipino-Canadians. Alam mo, we found out they're not just interested in what's happening to Filipinos in Canada, no? Which we cover, yung may ilang events, successes, tsaka yung issues, kundi interesado pa rin sila kung ano nangyayari sa Pilipinas. Maybe it's not all Filipinos, but concerned Filipinos concerned about what will happen to a country where yung parang homeland natin, tsaka yung iba, andun pa yung mga relatives, no? So, hindi maaalis na gustong malaman yung nangyayari doon. And that's the first reason. Secondly, we believe in the reporter, whatever is happening here in Canada in terms of the issues that are crucial, may relation yan sa nangyayari sa Pilipinas. If it was a better Philippines, then hindi mag-aalisan yung mga Pilipino. Kaya interrelated yan. We cannot just talk about Filipino-Canadian experience without looking at the situation and also talking about the situation in the Philippines. Kasi talagang hindi pwede mahiwalay yan.
Tita Mila, that was beautifully said po. So Tita, based on your experience as a journalist here, what are the similarities and differences dito at sa Pilipinas po bilang isang journalist?
Ang kaibahan mainly ay iba yung environment sa journalism in terms of press freedom. Mas maigting doon ang sitwasyon ng repression sa Pilipinas. It cannot even be called democracy in the sense na sasabihin, wala namang martial law. It's not democratic. Ang daming mahihirap yung inaapi. Tapos may mga repression sa lahat ng sektor. Tapos hindi libre ang journalist talaga. Whereas dito sa Canada, wala namang ganong kaigting na repression. Mayroon lang napansin na mga discrimination against journalists lang. At saka yung trato sa indigenous stories, right? Parang mayroong discrimination pa rin sa paglantad ng kanilang sitwasyon.
Pero what do you think po is the role of press and regular citizens in protecting democracy, even though, and especially amidst like the current time na it's eroding na?
It's important in that it ensures that the truth should be out. It counters undemocratic actions against citizens, no? It exposes, right? It opposes in a way by putting it in print or broadcasting it. It gives also yung columnist opinions, not just reports about those things. The role is really it's very important that the press exists. Otherwise, the abuses of the powerful, telling the truth about the inequities at saka mga abuso ng societies will substantially and significantly be suppressed. So that is the important role for me.
Yeah, it's beautifully said po, Tita, and very inspiring. Even someone who is just starting with, journalism, with what we're doing with here sa Radyo Migrante, it's very inspiring that what we're doing, may patutunguhan siya, and it has a significant impact in upholding the democracy, not only here in Canada, but in the Philippines and all over the world. So, Tita, last na question po ito. Ano po ang inyong maipapayo sa mga kapareho niyo pong journalist at mga aspiring journalist? May mga iba pa po ba kayong mensahe sa ating mga tagapakinig?
Sundin lang yung principles ng journalism. Write about the truth, no? Be professional, be ethical, never yung fall into corruption. Journalism is not for making money. It is for telling the truth. It also requires being
humble enough to recognize what are the weaknesses of your practice of journalism.
Very inspiring po talaga siya. Truly, truly inspiring po, tita. And very humbling din po talaga na to learn from you, from your experience, from your story, and just everything that you've shared with us, tita. Salamat po talaga. Isang tumatak sa akin ay yung sinabi mong journalism is not about money making, but about truth telling. And isa rin po yun sa layunin namin dito sa Radyo Migrante. Kaya tita, maraming salamat po ulit sa inyong oras, sa pag-share ng inyong karanasan, at ng inyong expertise sa journalism. Salamat po ulit, tita.
Maraming salamat sa inyo. Ang galing yung journalist din. You asked the necessary questions for your co-journalist. So thank you very much, Radyo Migrante.
Ayan, ang ganda talaga ng usapan ni Hana at ni Tita Mila, no? Lalo na yung hinighlight nila yung pag-atake sa mga journalist noon at hanggang ngayon. Tulad nga ng napag-usapan natin last week na tungkol sa political prisoner na community journalist na si Frenchie May.
Oo, madami rin ako natutunan from Tita Mila. And to add on to what you said, Amihan, nitong May 5 lang, niretag ng NTF-ELCAC ang chairperson ng National Union of Journalists of the Philippines or NUJP na si Jonathan De Santos. Niretag siya sa national TV na SMNI News Channel. Kinondem na ng iba't ibang journalist organization, pati na rin nating Radyo Migrante, itong pagre-red tag kay Jonathan De Santos ng NUJP, pati na rin ang iba pang news channels at radio channels dahil sa isa ito talagang taktika na naman para i-repress ang press freedom.
Oo nga nung April 30 pa nga, di ba, yung NUJP, nirelease nila yung statistics na so far under Marcos Jr.'s administration na there has been about 60 reported violations against the free press. Kasama na dyan yung 2 killings, tsaka 12 red taggings, mga aresto, censorships, harassment at iba pa.
Oo, kaya patuloy talaga ang kampanyang Defend the Press Freedom at hinto na ang mga pag-atake sa ating mga journalist. Maraming salamat muli sa inyong pagsubaybay sa aming Pinoy TaU segment. Ako muli si Waynes, naghahatid sa inyo ng mga fresh na perspectives sa ating Pinoy TaU. Maraming salamat kay Mila Garcia. Nakikinig kayo dito lamang sa Radyo Migrante ng Vibe 105.5 FM.
At syempre, to stay updated sa happenings sa ating community, ito ang mga events at announcements. Mangyayari ngayong 5 p.m. sa Filipino Center sa Scarborough ang Marshall McLuhan Fellow, Carmina Constantino, will speak on the role of the journalist in critical public discourse and in seeking accountability in a post-truth era in the Philippines.
Libre lang ito so punta na kayo sa Filipino Center in Scarborough at 4395 Shepherd Avenue East.
Ayan, this event is organized by the Filipino-Canadian Writers and Journalists Network.
Pangalawa naman, ang Migrants' Rights Network, nag-organize ng Migrant Art Exhibit. Ang lokasyon ay sa A Different Book List. Saan ba yung A Different Book List ulit?
Isa yung bookstore, dun yan malapit sa Bathurst Station.
Kasi ang exhibition na ito ay hina-highlight ang kilt na nilikha ng iba't ibang grupo at migrant workers, including migrant farm workers, domestic workers, undocumented, and sex workers.
Ang quilt daw ay nagsisimbolo ng pakikibaka at tagumpay para sa pagkakapantay-pantay, katarungan at status for all para sa mga migrant workers.
Ayan, at ang exhibition na ito ay hanggang bukas, May 15.
At sa huling community listing, ang Filipino Center sa Scarborough mag-host ng Living with Diabetes Seminar in collaboration with Black Creek Community Health Center. Info sessions will be in Tagalog at English.
Para mag-register, tawag lang po kayo sa 416-893-7467 or email nyo lang ang filipinocenterinfo@gmail.com.
Kung na-miss ninyo ang May 17, there will be upcoming info sessions sa May 31st. Interesado ba kayo na maging bahagi ng Radyo Migrante? Halina't sumali sa Radyo Migrante Collective. There are open positions for new researchers, scriptwriters, interviewers, co-hosts, editors, and social media coordinators. Message nyo lang kami sa aming Instagram, Facebook, or email. Mahahanap nyo kami as Radyo Migrante or Radyo Migrante Toronto.
At dito nagtatapos ang isa na namang makabuluhang episode ng Radyo Migrante. O di ba, kaka-hello lang, mag-goodbye na agad. Bitin din ba kayo? So, ipagpapatuloy natin ito next Sunday. Huwag kalimutan batiin si Nanay today o sino mang parang nanay na rin sa inyong buhay. Batiin natin sila. Magpasalamat tayo sa kanilang walang hanggang pagmamahal at pag-aalaga.
Nais ko lang din batiin ang lahat ng mga nanay sa mundong ito at sana hindi lang sa Mother's Day natin sila bigyan ng pagkilala kasi sila ang ilaw ng tahanan araw-araw. Ayan, so kaya ako ulit si Amihan, palaging suma sa inyo at magkita-kita ulit tayo next Sunday.
Happy Mother's Day ulit po sa lahat ng nanay sa buong mundo at happy Mother's Day din po sa aking nanay. I love you. At ready na ako to go rebels para mag-lunch with my mother. Ako ulit si Jazz. And I thank you, see you, love you, and goodbye.
Sa tulong ng mga kababayan natin na bumubuo ng Radyo Migrante, kay Mila Garcia ng Philippine Reporter at higit sa lahat sa inyo pong mga nakikinig sa Radyo Migrante tuwing linggo mula 1:00 hanggang 2:00 ng hapon. Maraming salamat po.
At para po sa ating huling awitin, tingnan po ulit natin ang Migranteng Pilipino ni Carlo Ramirez. Hanggang sa susunod mga kababayan, muli,
Mabuhay po kayo at mabuhay ang bayang Pilipinas!
Dahil pare-pare